Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The bold and the beautiful B and B spoilers tease that Liam Spencer's Scott Clifton cancer diagnosis affected many lives, not just his. The cancer scare traumatized Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, and Hope Logan Annika Noel as they worried their daughters would lose their father. Even more, Steffi and Hope care deeply about Liam, and they don't know what life would look like without him. Grace Buckingham Cassandra Creech believed that her money-grabbing scheme would be a quick way to get the cash she needed to clear her ex-husband, Reese Buckingham's Wayne Brady gambling debts. But she got more than she bargained for when Bill Spencer Don Diamont comes after her for lying about his son's health. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Grace told Johan Finnegan Tanner Novlin what we all suspected. Liam never had brain cancer. She just needed $1 million to keep her children safe. It was a big lie and caused distress to many people. Liam believed he was a dead man walking, prompting him to protect Steffi from Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada attack. Grace still doesn't understand the weight of the situation. In her mind, it was a harmless lie. Liam is okay and not going to die, so no harm done. Finn disagreed with her assessment of the situation, demanding that Grace tell Bill about the scam. He doesn't know how Bill will react, but he assumes it won't be a pleasant conversation. While Grace hasn't told anyone about the scam but Finn yet, Finn will likely update Bridget Forrester Ashley Jones. Bridget was suspicious of Grace's motives and experimental surgery, so finding out it was all a scam might not surprise her. Bill will be totally shocked. He believed the surgery saved his son's life. He never suspected anything shady about it. In fact, he told Finn that the surgery was the best million he's ever spent, and I would have paid $100 million to save my boy's life. When Hope and Steffi learn about the scheme, they will have a few choice words for Grace too. Grace could face charges over the theft, but probably unlikely. She will probably go on the run, leave Los Angeles, and never come back. The bold and the beautiful spoilers state that Grace will have several heated confrontations in the next few days. Keep watching the CBS soap to find out how it all plays out. The bold and the beautiful has never shied away from jaw-dropping twists, but this one may take the cake, or perhaps the hospital chart. Liam Spencer, who's been teetering on the edge of emotional collapse for weeks, has just unleashed a bombshell that could forever shift the dynamics in Los Angeles. His fake diagnosis, a fabricated illness designed to manipulate the people around him, has finally been exposed, and in the fallout, an unlikely person has become the new public enemy number one, Dr. Grace Buckingham. It began innocently enough, or at least that's what Liam will tell himself when he tries to sleep at night. Tired of feeling ignored by Hope Logan and determined to pull her back into his orbit, Liam quietly approached Dr. Grace Buckingham. Grace, a respected OB-GYN who occasionally assists at University Hospital, had no idea she was about to walk into one of the messiest emotional minefields of her career. Liam spun a tale of mysterious symptoms, dizzy spells, and severe fatigue. He played the role so well that Grace agreed to run a few tests. Nothing came back abnormal. But here's where the situation spiraled. Liam convinced her to help him keep things quiet and let him tell people he had a serious but manageable illness. Whether Grace did this out of sympathy, curiosity, or a misguided attempt to protect a patient's privacy is unclear, but she didn't shut him down. That hesitation gave Liam the green light to weave a story that would grip his family, friends, and two women who've loved him more than was probably wise, Hope and Steffi Forrester. The news spread fast. Hope dropped everything to be there for him. Steffi, despite her own issues with Finn, felt a pang of compassion and insisted Liam come over for dinner with Kelly whenever he needed. Bill Spencer was beside himself, ready to bankroll any treatment Liam needed, no matter the cost. For weeks, Liam milked it. He'd sigh at the right moments, conveniently schedule tests whenever Hope and Finn had a romantic evening planned, and use his condition to slip into Steffi's world under the guise of wanting to spend more time with Kelly. He played the selfless, stoic patient to perfection, and everyone bought it. But while Liam was enjoying the benefits of his performance, Grace was quietly wrestling with her conscience. She knew she'd crossed an ethical line by not clarifying the truth. But she told herself that Liam was probably exaggerating, that he'd confess soon, that no harm was really being done. She couldn't have been more wrong. The unraveling began when Finn, concerned about Liam's vague diagnosis, requested copies of his test results from the hospital. Finn is nothing if not thorough, and when he discovered that Liam's file contained only routine, normal labs, alarm bells went off. In true soap fashion, Finn confronted Liam at Il Giardino in front of a half-dozen diners. His voice rose, Liam stammered, and within minutes, Steffi, Hope, and Bill had been dragged into the confrontation. When Finn accused Liam of faking his illness, Liam initially doubled down, but Hope's stricken expression broke him. He cracked under the pressure, admitting it was all a lie. He even tried to shift some blame to Grace, saying, "She didn't stop me. She could have told you all from the beginning." If Liam thought he was the only one facing public outrage, he was wrong. As soon as Grace's role became known, the backlash was instant. Ridge Forrester was furious that Grace had allowed such an emotional manipulation to go unchecked, especially knowing how deeply it would affect Hope and Steffi. Brooke was livid on her daughter's behalf. Even Zend, who had always been respectful toward Grace, said her silence was unforgivable. The hospital board called an emergency meeting to discuss her conduct. Grace tried to defend herself, claiming she had been trying to respect patient confidentiality, but the Forrester-Logan Spencer clan wasn't buying it. In their eyes, she wasn't a neutral bystander. She was a silent accomplice. By the end of the week, Grace found herself ostracized. Her once loyal colleagues kept their distance. Pam refused to serve her lemon bars at Forrester Creations. Even Sheila Carter, of all people, managed to get a dig in, smirking as she told Grace, "I thought I was the most hated person in town. Congratulations, you beat me." The public shaming was relentless. Online gossip boards tore her apart, with commenters calling for her medical license to be revoked. Grace, normally proud and composed, began avoiding public spaces altogether. While Grace bore the brunt of the public's anger, Liam wasn't exactly walking away unscathed. Hope moved out of the cabin temporarily, taking Beth with her. Steffi told him he was no longer welcome in her home unless it was for a supervised visit with Kelly. Bill called him pathetic and warned him to man up before you lose everything. And perhaps worst of all, Liam realized that in trying to manipulate the women in his life, he had permanently damaged the fragile trust he once had with both of them. The poor Liam routine had worked in the short term, but the long-term cost was brutal. Grace isn't the type to fade quietly into the background. Sources say she's considering filing a defamation suit against Liam, claiming he's twisted the narrative to save himself at her expense. Whether she actually has a case is questionable, but her determination to fight back could keep this feud burning for months. There's also talk that Grace may confide in Carter Walton, who has a knack for seeing shades of gray where others see only black and white. Could a surprising alliance, or even romance, be on the horizon for Grace as she tries to rebuild her reputation? This storyline has cracked open deep questions about trust, ethics, and the ease with which personal relationships can be manipulated when emotions run high. Liam may have been the architect of the lie, but Grace's hesitation made her a co-conspirator in the eyes of almost everyone in town. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, forgiveness can be fleeting and grudges can last years. The path back to redemption for both Liam and Grace will be long, treacherous, and full of emotional landmines. For now, Liam sits alone in his bachelor apartment, realizing he's lost both of the women who defined him. Grace, meanwhile, is holed up in her home, wondering if one lapse in judgment will cost her everything she's worked for. One thing is certain, Los Angeles has a new villain in town, and for once, it's not Sheila Carter. It's Dr. Grace Buckingham, and her fall from grace might just be the most shocking twist of the year. If you'd like, I can follow this up with a part 2 that explores Grace's revenge plan and whether she actually destroys Liam's remaining relationships. That could turn this twist into a full-on war. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.